And I'm back. It's been a very busy day for me today. I have been in a number of meetings, so my number of updates today has been a lot fewer than usual. But here I go again. Based on request, here is an analysis of the hemp coin. And on a daily chart here, what you can see will be the following. First, I want to take you through the waves on this and then show you maybe in a little more detail the recent sporadic surge that HempCoin had experienced and put it in perspective basically. So here are my tools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and an ABC. I want to say wave 1. And I believe this chart goes to the genesis point of HempCoin. And let's say somewhere here, most bottom point. 1, 2. Look how long 2 has been. For a couple of years at least. Now that takes a lot of patience. And if you look at this 1, 2, well, where could wave 3 be? I believe it is here. Or is it? Let's take a look on the heights. Yep. But if this is wave 3 and this is 4, 4 overlaps with 1. So we call that wave 4 cannot overlap with the peak of wave 1. That is one of the basic rules of Elliott wave motives. So I believe it has to be here. So let's check out the heights and the potential overlaps. It doesn't overlap. But from a form and a fit point of view, is that the most ideal position? It could pass for it, right? If 3 was here, 4 was here, it looks okay to me. 4 does not overlap with the peak of 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And voila, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 subwaves of wave 5. And you might be thinking, well, wait a minute, there's another peak here. Isn't this 5? So shouldn't it be 3, 4, and 5? It could. But I'm not going to count it that way. Because remember the tendency, there are at least 2 tendencies in cryptos that are not usually seen in stocks. Here's a massive extended fifth. And just about every coin is showing this. Just about every coin. Undeniably extended fifth. From a probability point of view, it is more likely that this is the fifth wave because it is the most extended wave, and not usually the third wave in cryptos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Very nice, beautiful subwaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, this extended fifth I'm seeing most usually on a daily basis. But when you go sub-daily or subwaves of that daily wave, so fifth wave, if you look at the subwave, is usually the third wave that's extended, not the fifth wave of the subwave. A bit of a nuance, but very intriguing for an Elliott wave counter to see this. I think one of the key for any technical analyst is the capability to observe, make observations. I was trained as a scientist, so one of the key areas is to make observations and connect these observations in ways that maybe no one else have thought of. I have not yet read of anyone else putting out the fact that there is a more tendency of extended fifths in crypto coins, but more on the daily basis, and the fifth wave in subwaves are not extended. Very interesting. The other tendency is for what type of correction? It would be called the expanded correction. And that expanded correction is how I'm going to label this. Here is clearly, if I'm going to label this as an expanded triangle, ABC correction, flat. A drops down, B has to rise above the prior peak, in this case the peak of wave 5, it has. And it could rise a little more to give one more peak here. And then C has to fall below A, the start of A. I put it here from a very dramatic point of view because usually I would expect it to go to the level of prior wave 4. Like so. However, what I would say also, there are multiple stop points to that journey. Could be at somewhere, let's say here, just below where A had been. And in effect, anywhere from below, a penny below A to the realm of the wave 4. Bear in mind also 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, become the subwaves of a greater, higher level wave. In this case, I'm going to call it capital I. Like so. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 make up as subwaves of 1. So let's look at just fifth wave here. I have the subwaves of the fifth wave making up this 5. And then I have this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 making up this 1. This is what they mean, that motives occur at all time scales at the same time. So here's a motive in a different scale. Here's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motive in a different scale. And you're going to see another motive in another different scale. Where this expanded ABC will become wave 2 of that scale. I've also said, when is the best time to buy? Always be able to see if you can identify an ABC correction. Because what happens after an ABC correction? There's a reversal. Now do you see why it is so powerful to be able to identify the bottom of an ABC? It's primarily because there's always a trend reversal coming. like so. So here we'll be on the scale of green, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this will be an expanded triangle as a 2. And if this was an expanded flat, most likely wave 4 will be a zigzag because of the rule of alternation between 2 and 4. If 2 was a zigzag, most likely 4 will be a flat or another type of maybe a triple or complex correction or double zigzag. Now I got some comments saying, oh wow, hemp is going very high yesterday. Is it going inverse to Bitcoin? And this is what was happening yesterday. So if for those of you who have listened to a lot of my video and written blog posts in the past, you should be able to see a pattern here that's just screaming out at you. And this is called the Head and Shoulders top. Here's the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and the head. This is the, I guess you can call it a bear trap. Screamed up, set up a nice head and shoulders, and it's retraced just about all of it. If this region represents here, it might be possible this could do one more top to give maybe one more top here to go above the prior wave top, prior peak. But I believe this will be an ABC expanded correction following Bitcoin. I don't see this as a start of a new impulse, at least not yet. It could. It's possible. But there's a big difference between possible and probable. And my probability primary count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is done. Higher scale wave 1 is in. Now it's time to correct. And that correction will probably be in the form of A, B expanded, C. That means instead of this, even if it goes here in short time, I'm expecting this to really significantly take a lower low series, most likely in correlation with Bitcoin, and not inverse. As soon as I see any inverse indication of any alt, I'll definitely see if I can post it. But I don't have the visibility bandwidth on a daily basis to look at everyone all the time. So if you happen to see some altcoin that seems to have inverse correlation to Bitcoin, please do let me know in the comments section. Okay, so this is the analysis of HempCoin. I, as always, wish you to capture massive profits. But right now is not the time to be taking buying actions. Now is the time to be sitting on the sidelines, sitting on your hands, watching and waiting. A lot of you have asked, when will I stop putting my ladders? I'm not even close. I'm watching. We're close to 3,000. But based on what I'm seeing in the waves, 3,000 now may not be the time to cast the first entry ladder. When I do, I promise I will post it. Not only will I post it, I will keep in real-time notification when each one gets triggered and filled, if they get filled. I did that once before, and I'll do it again, so you'll see a real-time examples. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts, and have a great night.